The biggest threat to your independence is not the passage of time. It is the silent gap between a fall and someone noticing. The fear of having a medical emergency alone and being unable to reach help forces many adults out of their own homes. This is why medical alert devices for seniors living alone must evolve. A standard alert button requires conscious action. It demands you to be awake, aware, and physically capable of pressing a target. A medical event strips away those abilities in a fraction of a second. The phone on your kitchen counter offers zero protection when a slip happens in the bathroom. Proximity to a device means nothing if your body cannot bridge the distance. We must shift our focus from reactive devices to a proactive framework. I call this architecture the autonomous emergency net. This framework relies on technology that acts when human consciousness fails. The 2026 landscape of safety hardware introduces features that bypass human error. Feature 1 is spatial velocity recognition. Old systems required a hard impact to trigger a fall alert. A slow slide down a wall or a collapse onto a carpet went unregistered. Modern sensors map the velocity and angle of your movements in real time. If your body changes elevation at an irregular speed, the device registers a critical event. It does not wait for a harsh impact. It identifies the physics of the collapse itself. This removes the burden of choice from your shoulders. You do not need to decide if the fall warrants a button press. Many adults hesitate to press their buttons out of pride. They fear causing a false alarm or becoming a burden to their adult children. This hesitation wastes the golden window of medical intervention. An automated system bypasses pride and ignores hesitation. It dispatches a signal based on physics, not emotion. Notice the risk. Your pride can delay your rescue. An autonomous sensor prioritizes your physical survival over your emotional comfort. This brings us to the second feature, which addresses the friction of family dynamics. Adult children often call multiple times a day to check in. These calls come from love, but they feel like interrogations. They chip away at your sense of autonomy. Feature 2 is passive rhythm mapping. Traditional monitoring requires cameras or intrusive check-in calls. Both erode your privacy and your dignity. No one wants a lens watching them in their own living room. Passive mapping uses motion sensors and smart plugs to learn your daily baseline. It learns that the coffee maker turns on by 8 in the morning. It observes the hallway motion sensor tripping by 9. It builds a silent, invisible profile of your normal routine. When that routine breaks, the system notices the absence of action. If the coffee maker remains cold and the hallway stays dark past 10, a protocol triggers. Think about your own morning routine right now. What is the one daily action that, if missed, would indicate a problem? Share that specific habit in the comments below. Recognizing these patterns is the first step in building your own safety net. The system does not call an ambulance upon a missed routine. It sends a gentle prompt to your smart speaker or wearable device. It asks for a simple voice confirmation to verify your status. If you answer, the alert clears and the day continues. If silence persists, the escalation protocol begins and notifies your family. This is the core value of modern medical alert devices for seniors living alone. They protect you through the observation of absence. They give your family peace of mind without requiring you to answer a phone. You maintain your privacy while remaining enveloped in a secure net. Consider the concept of the transition event. This is the single medical anomaly that alters your living situation forever. A minor fall, left unmonitored for hours, causes irreversible muscle damage and dehydration. The injury itself does not force you into an assisted care facility. The delay in treatment forces the transition. The damage multiplies with every minute you spend waiting on the floor. The autonomous emergency net collapses that waiting period to zero. It eliminates the physical decay caused by delayed medical response. This is the hidden value of advanced monitoring. It is a preservation tool for your current address. Your home remains your sanctuary, rather than becoming a trap. This changes safety. We must also address the anxiety of cognitive friction. Many older adults resist new devices because they fear the learning curve. They anticipate confusing menus, blinking lights, and frustrating manuals. The devices of 2026 eliminate the interface. There are no screens to navigate and no passwords to remember. The device acts as a silent sentry on your wrist or around your neck. It requires zero cognitive load to operate during a crisis. When oxygen levels drop or pain spikes, cognitive function degrades. A system requiring multiple steps to activate is a broken system. A true safeguard operates with binary precision. It detects the anomaly and it dispatches the response. No interpretation is required from the user. This mechanical certainty reduces the baseline cortisol levels in your body. You sleep better knowing the net is active and alert. Technology must fade into the background of your life. You should not have to manage your own rescue or report your movements. The third feature expands this net beyond the walls of your house. It is the dynamic perimeter protocol. Seniors often experience a false sense of security within their own neighborhoods. A walk to the mailbox or a trip to the local garden seems routine. A sudden drop in blood pressure can turn a familiar street into a hazard. Standard medical alerts rely on a base station sitting inside the house. Their communication range dies at the edge of your driveway. A true 2026 medical alert for elderly individuals uses adaptive cellular triangulation. It creates a moving, invisible perimeter around your physical location. If you leave the house, the system tracks your trajectory and pace. If you remain stationary on a park bench for an unusual duration, it notices. The device initiates a check-in based on location behavior, not just movement. It tracks how long you have been idle in a non-residential zone. Microdisorientation is a reality of the aging brain under stress. A urinary tract infection or a change in medication can cause sudden confusion. You step outside to check the mail and the street looks foreign. Panic sets in. Your heart rate elevates. You wander in the wrong direction, away from the safety of your front door. The dynamic perimeter protocol recognizes this erratic movement pattern. It notes the departure from your established geographical routine. It connects to a live operator who speaks through the device. The operator assesses your cognitive state through a calm conversation. They guide you back to your door using the GPS coordinates. They become a navigator for moments of temporary mental fog. This feature prevents hundreds of catastrophic exposure incidents every winter. This specific hardware is a baseline requirement for modern independent living. You can find a direct link to a trusted medical alert for elderly individuals utilizing the autonomous emergency net in the description below. It provides this continuous coverage without demanding your attention or technical skill. Setup requires no tools. Activation requires no complex programming. Consider the hidden risks masking themselves as everyday comforts. Thick rugs soften the floor but create invisible trip hazards. Dim lighting in hallways creates shadows that distort depth perception. These environmental factors multiply the probability of a physical collapse. A reactive button cannot change the environment. A proactive net adapts to the environment. When a stumble occurs on that thick rug, the net engages. The focus shifts from preventing every fall to surviving the inevitable ones. Risk cannot be eradicated from an active life. Risk must be managed, contained, and neutralized upon impact. The integration of these three features forms a comprehensive shield against the unknown. Spatial velocity recognition detects the physical event of a fall. Passive rhythm mapping catches the silent emergencies that happen without impact. The dynamic perimeter protocol extends your safety out into the unpredictable world. This architecture removes the mental weight and anxiety of living alone. You no longer need to plan your movements around the location of a landline. You no longer need to worry about being unable to speak during a crisis. The system assumes the burden of vigilance. It allows you to focus on the quality of your daily routines. Simplicity equals survival. Independence is not the stubborn refusal of external help. True independence is the intelligent management of environmental risk. It is the implementation of tools that guarantee your autonomy for the long term. A failure to adapt to these new technologies is a surrender to chance. Do not let an outdated plastic button be your only defense against tragedy. Upgrade your environment and secure your daily routine today. To lock in this strategy, comment the word autonomy down below. Subscribing to this channel ensures your continuous exposure to tactics that protect your independence and cognitive longevity. Medical alert devices for seniors living alone are no longer a sign of weakness. They are the ultimate tool for asserting control over your future. Legal notice. This material is for educational and strategic purposes and does not constitute medical or financial advice. Consult qualified professionals before altering your structural routines.